Welcome back. We're getting ready to start Era 3. One of the key things to remember when you're playing the solo game is, if you recall, we were doing normal difficulty where the first two eras was blue. Then you got to flip it over to the red side. There is no difference, by the way, between the blue and the red, except for the fact that it's just reminding you that we're now doing the red of the activity. And anyways, so we start at the top, as always, which means we're drawing new cards, and that means we're going to lose the card that we really wanted. Remember that there was that orange card that was very getting buried. We can always draw twice and get it. So it's going to get cooler. The civilization that has the highest total combined of gold, jade, and what is that? Copper gains 3. Now, you would think, hey, she doesn't have resources, so you're going to automatically win that. That's not the case, because right here, if we zoom in, you can see that for event majority checks, it does this. So this event number is F16. I'm getting a little bit blurry there. F16. So if we look here, there's F16. It's C plus D. So C is 3, and that's 4. No, that can't be right. That would be 7. That seems like way too much. 7 resources? Or is it C plus D, meaning that you count the number of pegs, which is 2? That seems more right. That's interesting. Let me pause and look that up real quick. Okay, it's total number of markers. So right now she has 2 towards that event, and it's gold, jade, and copper, which are 3 along the bottom. And you can see here I have 0, so she's already winning 2-0. And that means she's going to move up 3 on the green track, which 3 on the green track is helpful always. These tracks, there's bonuses every time you cross a line. And moving up the tracks is very, very good in this game. But anyways, so it's her turn. She has 4 blue and 3 red pips. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not her turn yet. We got to keep going. We got to draw cards for everything. So this is where some of our coveted cards are being covered up, but here's the brown one. Only needs a wood for stage 1. For each resource that you produce in the mountains, immediately gain an additional +1 stored value. So that means it's already transported home. That's really nice, actually. That's not bad at all. This one, 2 lips, which we have. It's a beak. We get 1 activity. This is a new activity that's going to be allowed. We get to do 1 lucky find in any 6 types of land territory. That's not bad at all. Those are both good. This one, an activity that lets you move up a track. That's going to cost a clay, which we have easy access to, and move up a track. Man, I've liked all 3 of these so far. Polish. In step B of each income phase, we get to basically score a point for every statue, which that doesn't do us any good. And then this one, we need a lot of resources for this one. In every feeding phase, in each of up to 3 territories, choose one of your tribes. These are considered fed. So basically, in 3 territories, it basically feeds 3 of your people. That's actually really good, if you can pull it off and actually build it. All right. I know I was getting excited about starting the action round. Now we go to the new goals. She goes first. Same deal. She's going to roll. She rolls a 2, which means this gets destroyed. Now, you might be wondering, what if she rolls a 5 or a 6, and then she just doesn't take a goal? That's how that works. And then we get to choose one. 3 on the green track is the only thing I can hope to do. I don't see myself getting 3 on the blue track. Green and blue, I am literally at 0 on both of them. And I don't see myself moving up to 3 on any of them. So I could just say, hey, I'm going to take 0. Because I don't want to clog up my goals. I'll take this one. We'll see what we can do here. So then we fill these in, and we get 2 settlements. That one would have been much easier. And 1 coal also would have been much easier. All right, so we're done with that phase. Next we do extra find. So this is the part that gets tricky for me. I am in the hills, the desert, the grassland, and the mountains. So I could choose any resource I want in one of those areas. So we got a couple of things. The first one is I need 2 sand to build that. The second one is, I don't know if there, I need stone to build settlements. Maybe not as important. I need an herb if I want to complete this objective. So to me, it's a sand or an herb is what we're looking at. And I think I'm gonna I do have the ability to complete an objective right now. The sand would be nice, because that moves it up 3 on one track and 2 on another. I'm going to do the sand, folks. There's another way to get the herb. And we could do a lucky find to get an herb. And that might work. It's just the problem with lucky find, roll dice. And I only have one way to manipulate dice. And it helps if you have multiple dice, right? Because then you get to pick which die. If I want to do a lucky find for an herb, I got to roll a 3 or a 4. So it's only a 1/3 chance that I'll roll what I want there. So it could be disastrous for me if I do that action. If I had more pink dice, which is one of the other objectives, then yes, I could have possibly done that. But I'm playing the long game, because if I do get 2 sand, even if it's the brute force way, era 4, I get the second one, then I can finally play my card and move up the tracks. So now we're done with that, and now we really do start the action phase. And yes, there's a real good chance she's going to start with a reset, and sure enough, she does. Right there it is. So she starts the round with 1 reset. So then it's to us, and I was looking at the planning thing, and this is an action we haven't done before, but I'm going to do 4, 3, and this planning lets me take 2 markers and set it to anything I want. I'm going to set them to 6s. So now I could use those as 6s in the game. So I can do a 6-4 and do a building, right? I can do a building up here, 6-4, or I could do a 6-2 and play a green card. All right, that's it for my turn. So now we go to her turn. This is the last card. We're gonna roll. I rolled a 6. And you can see here that the 6 is, she's gonna move up 2 on the blue track and take a pink die. So she takes the last pink die and 2 more on the blue track. And then everything's gonna be shuffled. And I remember the disaster from last time, so much more solid ground for the camera there. All right, cards are shuffled. It's to beat. So I'm going to start with, we're going to do the 6-2, like that. So this gets played and this goes down. And what that lets me do is play a green card. I have a green card here that has 2 lips on it. And so each time before you hunt, one of your people may migrate to an adjacent foreign territory. So I'm gonna also, I get a free bump on the favor track. So now a 1 or a 2 passes a favor check for me. And this slides in. I'm gonna put it right here at the bottom in stage 1. And I'm 1 away from being able to complete stage 1, which would give me an income chip. It's already era 3. I'm really behind the curve on this one. But yeah, that's my turn. So here we go for her. We're gonna roll a die. We roll a 4, which is this one. 2 brown track and 1 white die. So she's gonna take one of these. I'm just gonna put into her collection. And then 2 on the brown track. So this is where she's really gonna scoring a lot of points. All right, and then it's to us, and we're gonna do 6-4, which is we get to build 1 building. And I haven't thought this through, but I'm pretty sure I want to build something. I just don't know what yet. I don't think I can build a settlement, but I do want to build... Oh, I don't have an extra guy to move anymore, do I? I was going to build a boat. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a boat. And the boat is going to be here. And this guy from the forest is going to go there. So my moving the guy to the forest was a bad move. It was really, I just always wanted to build a boat. All right, so why do I want to build a boat? Well, first of all, it puts me next to the grounds there so I can build more stuff, right? I have plenty of stuff to build at the moment, but the other reason why I want to build a boat is, and just so you know, you can migrate after building the boat. See right here, you build the boat and then you can migrate 1 guy onto the boat. That's what that is saying. All right, it gives me the option to build statues, which I haven't been focusing on, but it is one thing we could do. That resource that's on the boat, adjacent resource next to it. And then also this hidden grotto where you produce and transport, that works even when you produce in the water. You can produce and transport it right away. So that is any resource adjacent. So it's either a salt, a clay, a wood. So by moving out of the forest, I'm still going to wood where I'm at, because I can count it as anything I want. So that's why the build action is nice. Building a settlement would have been nicer. I could have built a farm, which made feeding my people a little bit easier. But I thought that the boat was the priority for me. So anyways, that's it for my turn. And now we go to her. And you can see we're at 4 and 3, but she's gonna roll, and she rolled a 3, which is 1 on the green track and 3 points. So it's just Cheaty McCheaterson. This is why I don't like these bots. I don't care for that too much. I mean, I do know it's a beat your own score. You're beating someone else's score. Here's the deal. In the old days, the rule book would say, you know, if you score more than 40 points, consider yourself a chieftain. You know, if you score more than 80 points, then consider yourself a king. And if you score more than 80 points, then you're an emperor, right? And they would have like these different like levels of congratulations, right? If you score over a certain number of points. This is, you're drawing a card and they're just scoring points. So it's more or less the same thing. The only difference is that there is a little bit of interaction, like her pieces are on the board. She is doing stuff, but I don't know. I don't care for it that much. I like a full-blown they play like a player, but I do confess this plays like a player more than that is, but it's very similar to me. It gives me the same vibes. In its defense, though, I love how simple it is, and clearly someone put some thought into it, and they cover all the situations really well. Like the move action, like where am I moving from and where am I moving to? Go back to Red Dust Rebellion, and that question, where are you moving from and where are you moving to, is like a 4-hour doctoral thesis exercise. Notice how simple it was here. Much, much better. So, anyways, we're going to move on. I really like this game. And the solo bot is just fine. I just, I don't know. I just don't like seeing it just score points. So we're going to do a reset. We have to. So we're going to move the marker to there. And then we roll our dice. A whole bunch of 3s. And we still haven't rolled a 6 or a 1. Man, oh man. We just never get it right here. And then I get to decide I'm going to put this, I think, as an idea. Have to. Okay, then it's to her, and she's probably going to reset. No, she's not. So she keeps going, and it's this era scoring category times 2. So that means she's putting out 2 more people. And remember, the rule is she wants to put them where there's an empty site. So there's one for sure, and I don't know what to do about the other one. So let me... where there's at least one free encampment. If afterwards every encampment in all of Vichy's territories is occupied, she gets to immediately move. Okay, so we basically do this twice. So what that means is we're putting somebody in, and now somebody's moving. And it says they're going to move from the forest as top priority. But where are they going to go is always the question. So we're going to roll. We rolled a 2, and that is a swamp. That's where she wants to go. So I'm going to move her from here to this swamp, gives her 2 points, and then she reveals tar. All right, and then the next one fills in. So she's going to procreate and get 2 points for that. And, oh, that one has the most, so she would have for sure moved from that one. And she wants to move somewhere new, and the only other new, there is no other new spot. So would she have gone there, or would she have gone here? Great question. She would have gone there because that's where the points are. And yeah, so, oh, there's a mountain right here. She'll move here to the mountain for 2 more points. And I guess she would have moved that one. Anyways, there's the stone that we were looking for. All right, so she's done. She scored a lot of points doing that and revealed a lot of resources, which is good. But that's helping her to score points for having the most territories now. So we're in that department. But anyways, that's it. She put 2 people out. All right, it's back to us, and we're hosed with our dice again. If I want to produce wood or bring back wood, I would have to do a 3-5, which I do have. It would let me produce 3 goods and bring 1 back. I think I do want to do that. A procreation would be nice too, but that's a 5-2. A 5-4 is a sale and a purchase, which I'm not sure I want to do. I have the wood to play one of my cards, which is the brown card, which is 6-1. And that's my dilemma is I don't have the ability to produce a 1. I can do a 6, but I can't do the 1. I could sleep, which then lets me get any die I want. Or I could do the 4-3 again, which would let me take the 6s, which is what I did last time. So lots of options there. The production action is not horrible, but how badly do I need these resources? Let me think about this. The iron ore is nice, but not necessary. I cannot produce the sand even if I wanted to. I would have to do the sale purchase if I want the sand. I will do the 4-3. And we're going to take 2 more of these and make them 6s again, since I can't seem to roll them. All right, and she has to be resetting here. Yep, so here we go. Reset for her. So she moves this along 1 more space, turns over. Okay, I want to do a 6 and a 1, which means I have to spend one of these to change that to a 1. Remember, these count just like dice. And yes, all of that was just so I could play this brown card, which is the one I want to play, right? Because it cost me 1 wood, which I have. And I'm going to fill in this last space, which is important because several things are going to happen. I'm going to get an income chip, and I'm going to move up 2 on the brown track and 1 on the purple. So here's the 1 on the purple. Then here's the 1, 2 on the brown track. And so we cross this line, and I can either execute an income chip or move up 1 on the favor track. So I will make that decision in a second. I'm going to move up I'm going to grab my income chip first. So here's my 3 choices. I'm going to grab them off the board. We have pass a favor check, and basically it's like a procreate, gain a guy. Just straight up gain a focus, or pass a favor check and move up 1 on the purple track. Now, moving up 1 on the purple track is not horrible. And the passing the favor check does sound horrible. Right now, it's only going to pass if I roll a 1 or a 2. However, I do have the option right now, because of this, to move up the track again. So I am potentially going to be able to finish here, so it's 1-3, which is a 50-50. That would be my, that's my dilemma. It's a 50%, so when I do that income, there's a chance of moving up 1 on that track. And if I pass one time, track just once, I get to move up again, and then that becomes a 1 to a 4. However, as much as I think that one looks awesome, this one is just guaranteed, and it gives me a focus. And how much am I struggling with these dice? A lot. So that helps. And then I have to just grab another one. Also, there is a technology that I set up for me to play this game that I haven't played yet, and I want to show it to you. It's this one right here. The 6-3. I set it up so when I go there, I get 6 idea tokens. That means I get to put 6 of them here. And I have not been able to roll a 6 the whole game, so I've not really been able to do it. Now, when I had the 2 6 tokens here, I could have done that because I guess I didn't think far enough ahead. But putting 6 of them here is powerful. I hope you agree with that. All right, when you gain it, it says you get to execute it as well. So it's gain an income chip and execute the income chip. So we are going to gain a focus, which is awesome. And then I get to put this somewhere. So I can put this anywhere. This is one of the wilds. And here I get endgame points for every level of orange. So I'm going to put another level of orange there. And that would let me, first of all, that's going to be worth 4 points just because it's at the stage 3. And then it's going to be another 1 point because it's another level here. The other way to look at it is, hey, I got all these stage 2s I need to do. So I can put this here and it can be counted towards stage 2. And if I ever fill in all of stage 2, I get to upgrade. I get to flip over my stage 4 or 5. That's what this lets me do. That's one of the ways to do it. But that seems less of a thing, considering we're already in era 3. So I'm going to do this, and that's going to give me 5 points just for putting that there. And I got another income. So when we do income phase, I get to do both income chips. It's all the income chips, not just one. Although in this case, I only was able to execute the one. Okay, so we did that, and our turn is over. Now we move to her. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I got to do one more thing. By moving across that track, I can either choose to do an income chip, or I'm going to choose to do this. So I'm going to move up one more on the favor. All right. Here she goes. She rolled a 1. She's gaining 2 people and a provision. My goodness. The gaining 2 people thing is just the part, like, it's almost like she knew this is the scoring round. All right, so anywhere where there's an encampment, and then technically we need to roll. So I'm rolling off camera because there's really 3 places that have a missing encampment. There's actually 4 places, and in fact, she would choose to go here, because this one scores her a point. So that's the first one. And then I rolled a 2, which is swamplands. So that means the second one would go there. And then this would go where she doesn't have a provision at all, which is there. No provision, but the most people. So that's what she would do. Okay, it's back to me. I have 5-3, 5-3. So I can do production twice. I do want to at least do it once, so let's do production, and then I get to transport 1 back. So I'm going to transport this one, because this can count as a gold. So I'll do that, and then I'm going to produce 1 and 2. And then this one would have to be, no, I can produce any, produce an iron ore for 3. Okay. Feels so empty that that's all I get to do. But yes, it is all I get to do. So now it's her turn. And she is, we rolled a 1. She's gonna move up 2 on the blue track and kill the blue card. All right, I'm killing the blue card off camera here. Just putting it to the bottom of the deck. And move up 2 on the blue track is, she's red. Yeah, she's skyrocketing up these tracks. That's it. And then I got a 5-3 again. So my choices are simple. I either sleep. I do have this focus token, which I can spend real quick. So that would let me do a 6-5, for example. Or what else can I do? I can make it a 5 anything I want if I wanted. Or I could do a 6-3. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play my focus as a 6. And then this 3 goes here, right? And then I'm going to put 6 of these here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll have to reset next round, but I think that was a good use of the focus, is I just basically made a whole bunch of those. All right, it's her turn. We are at 4-3. She rolled a 1. She's putting a statue and a hunting token. Sorry if you can't see that real well. She's doing a statue and a hunting token. The statue, she can do unlimited, and it always goes here for her. She doesn't build them anywhere else. And then the hunting token always goes to the most favorable, which is going to be the forest. So that was easy peasy, and we're resetting. So this moves up 1. She's going to reset soon, and we're going to roll everything. I'm leaving the 5. I'm not going to re-roll that one. And I rolled 2 more 5s. Holy buckets. And then a 3, a 1, and another 3. Good thing I did what I did. And then I get to put this as anything. I'm going to make it a food this time, since I have plenty of these now. I do need food. Unless I do something quick, I am going to run out of food. But anyways, that's my whole turn. Then we get to her, and she is at 4 and 4. So she is doing reset. So she just triggered the end. So that means I get to finish the round, and then we do one more turn. So I'm going to get 2 turns. She's going to get 1. So what am I going to do? I, once again, have a crap ton of 5s and 3s. But I do finally have these, so we can be a little bit more flexible here. If I do activity, it lets me move up tracks. I just have to spend money. I have 4 money. So there's a strategy there where you could start trying to force yourself up the tracks. And if you had this upgraded enough, you can do activity twice, which means you can move up a track twice. There's some power in that. I don't believe I have the ability to do sand. I could do a transport, which lets me bring 3 of them back. And I actually like this option. So I'm going to do 5 and 1, and I'm going to bring 3 resources back. So I'm going to bring back an iron ore, and then this one that's on the boat, I'm bringing back as another gold, because that's going to help me with the objective. And then I am bringing back clay. Unfortunately, I need a tar or a brimstone to really win this, because being tied with her is not enough. I need to beat her, so I need 1 more. So I'd have to do another production, which I have the ability to do. Actually, I'm going to win. I am going to win. I'm going to win. So let's do her last turn. So we rolled a 2. She's moving up once on the purple and gaining 3 points. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more on the purple. And then here's how I'm going to win. I'm going to do the 5, 3. We're going to do production, right? So I'm going to produce the boat. Okay, I'm not even going to put it on the boat because I'm taking it right back. And then I'm going to produce another clay and produce another iron ore. Okay, the one I'm taking back, because I get to transport one with this action, is the boat, which is going to be another gold. I'm going to have 3 gold. That means I'm going to beat her for the event. And the other thing is later I'm going to do a sale purchase, and I'll sell one of these for 3 money and use that to purchase my other sand or whatever it is I need to do. The reason this is very useful for me is, yes, I'm going to win that event, and that lets me move up 3 on the green track, which 3 on the green track is one of my... So, see, it all comes together. I love it when a plan comes together. So, but that is the end. I don't get to go any further right now. So let me put the camera down. So first thing we do are the events. So we don't have the Grimwolves, we don't have the Oak, but we do have the Glacier. And I'm the only one next to the Glacier, and once again, I gotta lay someone down, so I will do so. The next thing is we have to feed our tribes. So our farm does feed everybody here, but I have 1, 2, 3, and then 1 on the boat is 4 that I do need to feed. And the crazy part is that it's gonna take up all my food, and I will spend it because I want the 4 points. And yes, I have 4 standing, so I get 4 points for that. Now for her, if you recall, she gets to do a provision action before this starts. There is one territory that has no provision at all, so it's going to get one, which means this person's fed. Here, it only feeds one of them. Here, they are both fed. I'm sorry, back in the grasslands in the back, there's 2 provisions, so both of them get fed. This is only going to feed one of them, and it's going to be the one that's laying down because she's trying to save her guy from dying. And then same story here. One of these is going to lay down, and that's the way it looks. Okay, so in terms of who's standing, she still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them standing, so she still scores a boatload of points, like so. All right, so now we're done with all this, and we move to the weather and the event. So the first thing that happens is it gets colder. So we moved right back to mild. We can either do an income or an activity. Now this is where it gets really tough for me. An income would be nice because I could gain a focus, but I'm gonna do or I could even stand up one of my people, but I'm gonna do the activity because I wanna start moving up tracks, and I'm gonna spend 1 money, and let's move up a track, and I'm gonna move up. Like right now, the tracks don't matter as much. So it's really, I just want to move up wherever I can get a bonus. So I think I'm going to move up this track, the purple one. This. One more time. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And then we get to do the event itself. And as we pointed out, she counts C and D, which is 2 markers, but I have 3 gold. So that means I have 3, so I win, and I gain 3 bumps on the green track. And that's going to help me to accomplish my goal. But 3 bumps on the green track, 1, 2, 3, lets me cross this line, and I get to upgrade a tech with a 2 in it. So this is the 2 path. So for example, the hunting one is still just hunts 1 space, but I get to stand up 3 people. Or I can upgrade the activity one. This would let me do 2 different activities. Or I can upgrade the research, which lets me draw. Yeah, well, some of these, they need to upgrade more than once in order for them to be really helpful. I'm going to upgrade the activity one. Now this has to be 2 different activities, so that doesn't quite help me, but if I can upgrade it 1 more time, that would help me. All right, so next thing that's up, it says score this era's scoring category, and then remove the token, and then whoever scored the most gets first. So the scoring category, of course, is the number of meeples, and it's 3 points each, and she has 1 million of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So she's going to score 30 points, 77. So 10, 20, 30, and she gets a 100-point chip. And she's going to for sure keep that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get half those points. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I am now a mountain behind her because of that one. So she for sure keeps the first player token, and then we come down here and we get to do the income. I will score her statues first. She has 2 statues, and there are 2 points each for her, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for me, I have no statues. I do have income, and then we need to pull back the hunting tokens and reset. So I'm doing it a little bit out of order, but it doesn't matter. So now we get to do our income. I can always take a point, but I am taking my income here. It's going to give me a focus. And then this income over here lets me transport a good or stand somebody up. Stand somebody up is always something I can do because of the glacier. Transporting a good, how badly do I need any of these goods? Well, the answer is not at all. So I'm going to stand this guy up. And yeah, that's it. We are now done with Era 3. And this was 39 minutes. So it's about 40 minutes an era. So anyways, thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.